is the best cornerback in the NFL. Last year, one of us, I forget who it was talking some smack about that, like questioning him even a little bit. I don't even remember who it was.
Crazy.
Yeah, but
He got a different tone this week.
well, the numbers are here to back it up, Jaylon. We saw this before the show. According to Next Gen Stats yesterday, 1 reception for 5 yards on 2 targets across 38 coverage snaps against the Jaguars. Now, fewer than half of the targets towards you have been completed this season. A 20.8 passer rating allowed in coverage. That is number 1 in all of the NFL right now as a cornerback, according to the numbers. So you got that going for you now, sir.
That's crazy. Now we'll see what happens at the end of the year. I mean, it sounds good now, but for me, I need that same number 1 spot at the end of the year.
Well, the big story is you guys getting another win. And last week you told us that you would never experience the backups going in at the end because you had a dominant win.
Hey, 2 games in a row. That's different. I'll take it.
How about it? You could get used to that, right? That's a tremendous team performance yesterday.
No doubt. I promise I can. And then it's really just not even giving, but earning the right for everybody to play. I think too, a lot of guys, especially guys that get activated at the end of the week, especially with Tariq going down, allowing Amir Speed to go in there and to play, get some reps. Of course, Jay Jones stepped up in a major way, controlling the game, not giving up any big plays. So I think really just allowing those guys to get in there and have some fun. Because, I mean, it's not always fun just being on the scout team and going against DJ and Keenan all the time. I mean, just for those guys to go out there, I mean, it brings joy for me to be able to go see those guys go out there and make plays, especially when offense is clicking, defense is clicking, and the whole team can go and really enjoy the win.
Jaylon, what do you think allows for you guys? Like there were significant injuries in the defensive backfield going into this game,
right.
And then of course, then Kyler goes down inside of this game. What allows for you guys to still play at a dominant pace in an NFL game with 3 significant players gone from your defense?
Really, everybody's played before. So, I mean, I feel like a lot of people forget. I mean, most of that same unit that was out there with me, Josh, Jaylon Jones, Elijah Hicks, we all played. I remember it was at home, I think it was 2022 against Aaron Rodgers. So, I mean, I feel like people kind of forget that those guys played early. They played as rookies, and they really had a lot of time to develop. So, I mean, when you put those guys out here now with 2 and 3 years of experience, I mean, it's really – it gives you confidence to go out there and continue to pick up where we left off at. It's not too much of a drop off. Of course, they can't replace just what Kyler brings to the game, can't replace what Jaquan brings to the game, can't replace what Tariq brings to the game. But as far as experience and as far as guys knowing what they're doing, being confident in the game plan, being confident in what they're able to do, I mean, there's no drop off in that perspective. So I think for us, just we're going out there being confident. So I mean, it's nothing that we haven't been through before.
Since you brought up Kyler, I think I wrote down before he got hurt his name 6 times with really
crazy.
So from your perspective, from another player's perspective, how hard is that job that he has, and why is he so good at it?
How hard is it? I think because you have to be able to cover like a corner and be able to tackle like a safety / linebacker. So I think really having those two combinations are rare. I'm not even gonna say aren't easy to do, but it's definitely rare for somebody to be able to do both. And you have to be able to read pass concepts, read run concepts, see guard tackles, pull, and I mean, just even in the meeting room, I'll try to listen. I'm like, I don't know how you're supposed to do all that. They want him to line out here, read this, read that, come in here, tackle him, and then the next play, blitz, and then the next play, you got to go and cover a slot fade 40-yard down the field, and then you have to come back again and do it all over again. I mean, it definitely takes a lot on you mentally, physically, but I mean, he's been able to thrive at that position, and he really got comfortable with it. So I mean, he makes his blitzes look like he's not blitzing. When he is going in coverage, he makes it look like he's blitzing. So I mean, he's kind of really taken over that role of that nickel spot position.
You know, we're only a couple years removed from that not really being thought of as its own position. Like we even brought up last week, well, if Tyreek's out, would they ever push Kyler outside and have him be a second corner? No, he's way more valuable to you guys doing that position than he would 100%. Be picking up the other corner. So it's an evolution of the game in a lot of ways too.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with the offense, of course, is going a lot less 2 tight ends in the game and things like that. I mean, really, with 1 tight end that a lot of teams do have in the game is almost extended receiver. So I mean, a lot of times, especially like with a guy like Ingram, I mean, for us, when he's in the game, that's really 5 wide receivers. So I think kind of just looking at the evolution of the game, that position has definitely came a long way. Because, I mean, really, you'll put your shorter corners in there, and shorter corners kind of got pushed either out of the league or pushed inside. So I think that position kind of gets a little bit of those guys, some of your smaller, aggressive guys, of course, like Kyler, guys like Kenny Moore, I mean, Taron Johnson, all those guys aren't guys that you want on the island because of size-wise, but, I mean, they can still move well, still tackle great. So those guys have definitely been able to take over the position.
That's a great callback by you. Of course, you played in it against the Packers in 2022 when it was you and Jaylon Jones and Josh Blackwell and Elijah Hicks, DeAndre Houston Carson had to play.
I was saying DAC, yeah.
Yeah, he had to play a lot, and Rodgers was just 18 of 31 for a $182. I remember you guys balled out as a bunch of backups. So you had confidence going into this yesterday.
No doubt. And it's funny because I told the guy, I'm like, man, we've been in this position before. Even after the game, reflecting, I'm like, man, everybody don't think it's a surprise. Oh, well, they did good. They held their own. It's like, man, we the same guys that went out there against Aaron Rodgers. And, of course, I didn't remember the numbers, but went out there and balled and held that team to a very minimal production. So, I mean, for us, it wasn't nothing. I mean, everybody else was seeing, all the backups are in, what's going to happen. And, I mean, at the end of the day, Trevor Lawrence is a good player, but he's no Aaron Rodgers in there. What they had wasn't better than what the Packers went. So, I mean, we were definitely prepared and confident going into that game.
Jaylon, what's it been like to watch the offense do what it's done over the last couple of weeks?
What has it been like? It's been wonderful. It's been wonderful. I just honestly just seeing them make plays, seeing them have confidence, really just top to bottom. Even the O-line, I mean, I know guys been killing them in the media and things like that, but I feel like recently they've been holding their own. There's been some times where Caleb's back there almost all day, and we're like, man, hurry up, like get the ball out. But he had that luxury to be able to sit back there because of the line had good protection. They've been holding up, getting better. They've been pushing the line forward and in the run. So I mean, just overall, I think the O-line is figuring it out, getting it together. I think Caleb, of course, is getting confident, really comfortable. So I think with that'll be dangerous. Guys, I mean, we have weapons all over the place. You don't know if it's going to be DJ's number, if it's going to be Rome, it's going to be Keenan, Cole. I mean, we have a lot of weapons on offense, and then big play Dre been showing up in a major way. So I think really for us, for them and us, it's definitely something that we just want to continue to build on. And defense, just continue to stop people from scoring best we can and let them boys go eat on offense.
Man, wonderful is a great way to think about a Bears cornerback feeling as he watches a Bears offense. We're not so used to this ourselves, and
right.
and neither are you. Like they got long drives, man. That's a lot of time on the bench for you guys.
I love a good break. I promise I do. So just taking advantage of it, not taking it for granted, because of course it's not like this is just something that happens every game, week in, week out for 4, 5, 6 years in a row. So I mean, for us, just taking advantage of it. The defense, we know if the offense can score 2 touchdowns max, we know we'll more than likely end up winning the game. Because for us on defense, we want to try to give up no more than a touchdown. So I think really just being confident in that, knowing that whatever the offense gets for us outside of, we would say 17, 20 points is extra. So just really gives us a bigger margin for error.
Caleb has the ability not just to be accurate, but to have like specific ball placement. You see him putting that on the back shoulder for Keenan Allen in the end zone on certain plays like that. He seems to be a pretty special thrower. What do you think as a corner who watches quarterbacks all the time?
No, I've been said it. Just certain throws that he makes, you can definitely tell he has a good feel for where the ball should be, how much touch to put on it. I think too, just getting comfortable, I think allows that to flourish even more. I think too, a lot of times when you're in a position and you're not too comfortable and you can't just sit back there and just only worry about slinging the ball, then I feel like that's where some of the other throws can be a little inconsistent. But I feel like just naturally, you just let him go out there and spin the ball. I mean, he has great touch. I mean, he can put the ball in any position on any part of the field. So he's definitely talented. But at the end of the day, we knew that coming in, and that's why we brought him in. That's why he is who he is, and he's just going to continue to outdo himself and be a great quarterback in this league.
A reminder, tomorrow, 5 to 7, Jaylon Johnson is going to be at the Phillips Auto Group of Bradley 1400 Lock Drive in Bourbonnais. So Mantino, Bourbonnais, Bradley, St. George, Kankakee. You're driving on I-57 right now. Make a note to go see Jaylon tomorrow, 5 to 7 at Phillips Auto Group out in Bradley. So outside of the football, Jaylon, how was London?
I have mixed emotions. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, I mean, really, just London is what it looks like really on TV. I mean, for me, I don't really know too much about it. I feel like maybe like historically, but when I got there, I'm like, man, this looks just like the movie. So, I mean, kind of just enjoying the sights of it, but it's definitely a different culture for me. So, I'm kind of just looking like, man, I don't know how I'm feeling about this right now. So, but I definitely feel like I love the way it looked. It definitely looked clean. Like people on the streets were dressed clean. Everybody kind of was dressed up. You didn't really see too many people in just like sweatsuits or casual clothing. It was kind of really dressy and things like that. And then it definitely had good malls, good stores. So I mean, definitely did some shopping there. But I mean, overall, it was. I mean, it was a solid trip. I know for like our hotel was super far away from like the city and things like that. So it was hard to spend a lot of time down there considering the commute back and forth. But I mean, overall, it was solid. I think for me, I would have to go on my own time and really try to get the best out of it because, I mean, I really only spent a few hours maybe in the city. I want to see the London Bridge. I didn't get to see that. I didn't get to really see like the historical parts of it that I heard about while I was out there. So definitely probably have to do it again.
Yeah, I guess Montez wasn't impressed with the stores and the shopping over there.
He wasn't?
He was not. That's what he was.
I mean, it's crazy because I feel like some of the bigger guys, they were the ones I would feel like complaining because I mean they don't have their size. So I mean maybe it wasn't fun for them because they didn't have 2 and 3 X's. So I mean Tremaine said the same thing. He was all like it's cool, but I can't really go shopping because they didn't have a size on. The Europeans don't look like Tremaine and Tez.
How about Hanbury Manor? I know it's a hotel now, but like where you guys stayed, like that's a crazy grounds and kind of old castle type manor. It's been around for hundreds of years.
It definitely was a castle.
Yeah,
yes, precisely. Yes, ground creaking and squeaking. I'm like, man. Nah. Hey, I'm looking. I'm like, man, that's what made me feel like it looked like the movies. Even like, what was I don't know if you've seen the Netflix series, Night Agent. Like the last episode where it was like the cabins and like kind of like castle look, and then we had I won't even say security. Yeah, I would say security. They're out there, suit, ties, and umbrellas and coats on. I'm like, man, this look just like the movies. I promise.
Did it make you uncomfortable? Right. Like because of like how it looked, you're like, wait a minute, am I in one of those gangster shows and one of those scary movies right now?
Yeah, I wouldn't even say uncomfortable. I honestly felt because they were protecting me, and I wasn't comfortable. I mean, I wasn't uncomfortable at all. But I think just overall, I was just kind of looking like, man, this looks crazy.
So no ghosts.
It was an experience.
No ghosts around the corner. You weren't worried like some ghost was going to turn a corner on you.
No, not. If anything, I was worried about the floor caving in, not the ghost.
The practice field looked really pretty in the pictures that we saw. Did you guys even have a chance to appreciate that, or were you working too hard?
Nah, it definitely had like a good sight. So like the field was, I would say, kind of like on top of, I would say like the golf course. So like the field was up top, and then down below was like the golf course, and then out was pretty much like all skies, and then like kind of just I want to say terrain, if that's the right word, just like kind of fields and things like that. So I mean, it's definitely beautiful depending on the time of the day. But too, a lot of times we were out there, it was like overcast, kind of rainy and wet, so it didn't look as pretty. But I know when the sun came out and was able to shine a little bit, that's when it really was like, okay, now this looks pretty cool. So I mean, it had its ups and downs for sure.
Did it feel like a home game? It was supposed to be a home
game.
Yeah, it did.
Oh yeah. I mean, at the game, it did. I mean, just seeing all the Bear fans or the Bears jerseys, because I mean, going into it, people were saying like it's not going to feel like it's at home. Like you're going to see a lot of different jerseys. For me, I see nothing but blue and orange. Honestly, of course, you see a few other jerseys from different teams, but for the most part, it was loud. It was almost too loud because I felt like they didn't know when to like cheer. The offense at one point was on the field and they getting turned up, and everybody's like, "No, be quiet! Like you cheering at the wrong time." So I think just honestly, it was loud. It was a lot of energy, and of course, we were we were winning by a lot, scoring a lot of touchdowns, getting a lot of stops. I mean, it was loud pretty much all game.
Yeah, there were 5 Jacksonville fans wearing Trevor Lawrence wigs, and I felt like they just showed them over and over and over. That's all they had. That's all
That was
they
the
had
only
there.
support they got.
Yeah, that's all they got. We're with Jaylon Johnson here on Spiegel and Holmes here on 670 The Score. What's your mindset as a team and on that defense after Caleb makes the throw that leads to the interception? He was very hard on himself after the game, but it seemed like the whole team kind of stepped up. You guys went out and gave him a 3-and-out right away, and then the offense put up 4 touchdowns in a row. So I wondered what your mindset was after he threw the pick.
Honestly, it's crazy. I forgot he threw a pick. I'm trying to think of what pick you were even talking about. What was the mindset? I mean, really just going out there and getting a stop. I mean, it's not. I mean, we of course know that it's not going to be perfect every time, but I mean, for us, it's giving us another opportunity to go out there and make some plays. So it doesn't really do too much to us or for us. At the end of the day, we just go out there and continue to be who we are. It's not like, oh man, what is he doing? We gonna go out there and then get scored on our damn self. No, so I mean, we just want to continue to show up the best way we can, do our part. And there's gonna be times where we give up a long drive and they score a touchdown, and we hope that the offense comes back and puts up some points and kind of cancels it out for us. I mean, even for them, that he turns it over, the offense turns it over. I mean, for us, we want to go out there and get a turnover, if not getting a three and out at least.
I remember you saying at the beginning of the year when people were saying, how good is this team? And you being like, look, I've been told the teams are good my entire career here, and it hasn't quite worked out the way that we want it. Now
Right.
you guys are at the bye. You're 4-2. You're in the best division in football, but you guys are 4-2 at the break. How does this feel?
How does it feel? It definitely feels good. Can't overlook it. Definitely been in worse situations, so definitely want to, I guess, take advantage of where we're at in this moment. Of course, having a bye, having been able to get guys back and truly keep taking those next steps. I think too now it's not like, okay, yeah, like this is our year now that we're 4-2. I mean, we can easily drop 4 games in a row, and then now we're 4-6. So I mean, just honestly, just taking it week by week, opportunity by opportunity, just to renew our minds. I mean, it's a long season. I mean, now we got 11 straight, and I know we got a heck of a November and December with all of our or division games, San Fran's in the midst of that. So we definitely got some games coming to us for sure. So we definitely got to continue to just try to chip away 1 week at a time, continue to renew our minds, renew our bodies. Because I mean, to get what we want to get, we're gonna have to go through a lot of top dogs, especially in our division itself. And we got to play Green Bay twice, Minnesota twice. I mean, the Lions, we definitely have the best division in football. So I mean, it's gonna take a lot. So we got to get guys to get back healthy, continue to remain submitted to the mission, honestly. So just, I mean, for us, for me personally, it doesn't move me too much right now because we got a long way to go.
Good for you, man. You know what? A lot of Bears fans, though, and I'm among them, thinking about eventually that Packers game. It's coming. What'd you say, Lawrence?
Oh, yeah.
Week 11? Week 11 with the Packers. I mean, that's just, and Jordan.
Is that our first division game?
No, I think the first division game is
Minnesota first, I think. Yeah, no, that is the first division game. It is. You come back after the bye. You got Washington and Arizona, and then the Pats, and then Green Bay at noon at Soldier is the first division game.
And then it's a weird thing, Jaylon, because you got 3 division games in 11 days.
Dang, what's that? What we got?
It's Packers, Vikings, and then Thanksgiving against Detroit.
Yeah, welcome to it.
I told you we got some dogs to go through. So, hey, we got to continue to do our part. We started off good, but hey, it can definitely go another way. So we better come correct.
What's top of mind for you for bye week? Are you going to do anything fun? Can you do anything fun?
Can I? Yeah. Will I? Probably not. I mean, just honestly, just take time to be with my family. Of course, take time to be with my daughter. My family, just honestly just reset in that way. Sure, I know there's definitely some more I can do around the house. I know I've been trying to move in for the last few months, so definitely chipping away at the moving in process, spend some time with my family, and then just get my body right, do some treatment and things like that, and then just get back to work.
Do you feel like your body clock is right, or are you still off right now?
I'm probably good now. I know my body clock was off in London. That was also part of the reason why London was a different experience, but I know now, like, of course, getting home. I think we got home at like midnight. Got home about midnight. So I mean, I slept a little bit, took another nap, woke up. Well, I mean, woke up, ate, took a nap. So I mean, I'm good now. I'll probably be back on schedule tonight and then going into tomorrow. But I know in London it was definitely off.
Well, the numbers say he's the best cornerback in the NFL. No matter what anybody says.
I mean, why you got to keep twisting the knife?
I'm just saying, Lawrence, you were saying some stuff last week, if my memory is correct.
That's why Danny left.
That's crazy.
Oh, man, we can take it. Jaylon, you're the best, man. Thank you, sir.
No doubt. Y'all have a good one.
You too. That's Jaylon Johnson. Check him out tomorrow. He's going to be at Phillips Auto Group of Bradley, 1400 Lock Drive in Bourbonnais. He'll be there from 5 until 7. That community loves the Bears,
Yeah,
and
they
miss the Bears. So the opportunity for a Bear to be out there is awesome. So go see him tomorrow.
Man, he's so much fun.
He is. He's terrific.